Couple of worrisome developments have also taken place. IDs have been thrown around. Vigil though has been tightened. One MLA is in hospital doing very badly. Two bike-borne miscreants hurled an ID at the gate of BJP MLA Sorai Sam KB's residence in Imphal West. As of now, no casualty has been reported from the incident. MLA KB said that she was not sure why she was being targeted despite her working for all the communities. The Manipur police also said that they are investigating the matter and have leads in the case. Meanwhile, the Home Ministry has handed over 6 cases from a 3,374 FIRs. The cases are in connection with the ethnic clashes in Manipur, and the investigation agency is also looking into the criminal conspiracy, murder and arson charges based on the FIR filed. The Ministry of Home Affairs has sanctioned an aid of Rs 102 crore for the displaced communities due to the ethnic violence. The aid will help in providing essential commodities to relief camps in the state and also help in providing medical care. The Home Ministry had promised air services for medical emergencies, and helicopter have been designated to camps to provide airlift. Now the issue is, what will CBI deliver? How will CBI probe help? And how will the Manipur administration ensure that the MLAs are not being targeted? So the first question is, why has a CBI probe been ordered, Brijesh? First, let us just break it down to our viewers. Why has CBI probe been ordered?
Well, I think the Home Ministry wanted to send a very clear message to both sides that the probe which will be initiated about whether it was a pre-planned conspiracy to carry out the kind of violence which was witnessed, which looked like a very well coordinated attack, looting of armories and others, whether there was a pre-planned conspiracy or exactly who was involved behind this. And given the kind of trust which was there on the state of Manipur, it was thought out that a central investigative agency should look into all these conspiracy theories, all these allegations which have been there, and 6 cases were picked up for the CBI to investigate, and there have been approximately 3,700 plus FIRs which have been lodged. And now the CBI will investigate into these cases and will come out whether there was the entire conspiracy was pre-planned, or was it a reaction to the judgment which was given by Manipur High Court. So the CBI want to go into the details of all, and they will also look into the fact that what is the role of other components, which is the name of one which is coming out time and again. It was also, if you remember, Kartikeya said by Home Minister in his press conference when he was announcing the same CBI probe, is that the role of Sioux militants will also be looked into, and if there is any violation on their part, then they will be, the entire abrogate, the entire treaty will be, it will treated as being violable, and then they will be taken to task.
Is center treating problem of Manipur through the lens of law and order when the issue has become civil and ethnic? Do you think that CBI inquiry will deliver something in this context?
I think that the center has been delaying the process of, that proper intervention. Now the latest news in regard to the Sioux, which is making a surprise checking, which is given in yesterday newspaper. So, which talks about that the Métis CSOs, they are obsessed with the Sioux group, which are on signatory agreement with the union government. And this obsession has led, and there is an allegation also that the Sioux members are taking an active part in this ongoing violence. But the surprise check, as per the report from the media, said that, and also I have a reliable sources from the ground reality, that all the members of the Sioux are in their camps. Like 58% attendance were there, and all the arms which were, they were alleged that the arms were used, or the rules, the ground rules were violated. But none of all the allegations proved to be wrong. So this is one situation there. And then coming to the CBI investigation, again, it depends on what is the integrity of the institution when it comes to enforcing the SU agreement, and also in terms of making it understanding the ground rules, and where there is lopsided accusation to a particular members of the SU, let's say the SU community. Because I just coming back to the background, if time permits, can I continue? Can I still continue?
Please.
Yeah. See, the first SU agreement was in 2005 with the tribal armed groups in Manipur, and that was signed between the Zomi Revolutionary Army and Ministry of Defense, with the intention of addressing their political grievances through a peaceful dialogue. Then there was this tripartite SU in 2008, which was signed between the state, the union government, and the United People's Front, and the Kuki National Organization. So the said tripartite of SU contains a preamble as well as a ground rule. And, UPF, which is the Union of People's Front, is a conglomeration of Kuki, Zomi, and the Mar outfits, which is numbering about 11 groups, whereas you have the KNO, which comprises of 17 Kuki armed groups. And this group, as per the preamble and as per the ground rule, are following and are in the camp. And it's one way of, a good agreement in terms of rehabilitating back them to the society, and also providing a secure environment where they have promised to give up arms against the state. So coming to your question of whether CBI intervention will be fruitful in ending the violence is something which I just cannot presume. But if we look at the SU agreement, and if the CBI is strong-headed in terms of their inquiring into the matter and being unbiased towards both the parties, so then it's like wait and watch, right? So this is what I can say right now. But I reiterate that this, as from the ground reality and as from the reports from the news, that there is no violation of the ground rules of SU agreement, which is contrast to the allegation made by the Métis CSO, the civil society organization.
So there are two things, Yashovardhanji. One, why have they ordered a CBI inquiry? And the second, this demand is becoming very, very vocal to do away with the suspension of operation agreement. Is that feasible? What sort of impact it can have?
See, first of all, about the CBI, I really don't understand what will CBI really look into, because as per the reports, there are about over 3,500 FIRs which have been lodged, and 6 of these cases will be looked into by the CBI. I really don't know. I was thinking that the allegations made about, the militants getting involved, or some acts of terrorism, or at some actions done at the behest of the militants, that can be looked into by the NIA, whether there was any element of militancy in it, or it was a pure, ethnic kind of a trouble. Well, these are a lot of things which have to be looked into. Looking into the kind of divide which we have seen, Kukis and Maitis. There is already a judicial commission which has a very able IPS officer and an IAS officer, which are looking into the whole gamut of things. So, getting CBI into something proper, I don't know whether it will open up wounds. As a policy matter, yes, things which need to be looked into is the SO. I mean, whether it should be continued or it should not be continued. And I think there is a very, very good basis for it to continue. And there has to be an even-handed approach on all sides. Mind you, so far the situation I would say is still very, very fluid, though some kind of calm has been restored. 840 weapons, I think, have been recovered, but the information which I got from your only channel was that around 1,400 have disappeared from the Assam Rifles Armory or the police station armories. So I think the most important thing right now for the investigation and from the matter of law and order, bringing law and order to the state, is the recovery of these weapons. And I think there should be a single-minded approach, number one, to get the weapons, and number two, to restore complete law and order control at any cost. And third is to initiate, and I would suggest, an all-party meeting, which is very, very important, so that no irrelevant political statements are made from various quarters, which are being made. And I could appreciate one point where that Kuki MLA, was badly hurt, and he's now admitted was critically injured. A case of that kind, if you feel that the state police may not be, in apostrophe, independent enough to probe into that, then I can appreciate it can be given to the CBI. Regarding the confidence in CBI, I would say yes, CBI would be, I would like to, in fact, appeal to Dr. Guite also, that in terms of the matter in Manipur, I'm sure CBI will be absolutely fair, and it is one of the finest organizations for investigation. But yet again, I would say, as far as the militancy aspect is concerned, to see the traces of it, or if anything has happened from the border or the arms, there's so many things to be looked into. That should have been looked into by the NIA.